Welcome to the Rich Talk Podcast, where we give entrepreneurs the platform to not just to showcase what they do, but what they do for the community and what they do for themselves.
I took my shirt off one time, at the pool, and these little girls went crazy. After that, it was a wrap. I was doing push-ups every day.
Because you so focused on the person and what they're doing, a lot of trainers don't have that. At least 90 days. If you don't have an agenda as far as you wanted to lose weight or you want to put on muscle, just get a trainer to show you exactly how to lift the weights. This episode is brought to you by Rich Cut Services LLC. If you need any type of haircut service, welcome to the Rich Talk Podcast, where we give entrepreneurs the platform to not just to showcase what they do, but what they do for the community and what they do for themselves. I am your host. I go by the name of Rich. And today I had one of my brothers. When I say my brothers, I mean my brothers. You know, he's one of the best trainers in the game, one of the best fathers, one of the best people, one of the most grounded people that I know, man. You know, y'all welcome my man, Ray.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, man. Really appreciate it.
No problem, man. You know what I consider a high level person, my brother?
What's that?
First of all, you got to have like maybe 3 or 4 traits, right? I'll give you 3 of them.
Uh-huh.
One of them, you got to know who you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to know who you are as far as physically, mentally, financially, and spiritually, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second one is you got to take care of your family.
Oh, right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And the third one is you got to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when I look at you, I see all 3 qualities in you, man.
Thanks, man.
You know, one thing about us, man, we don't really get to just do. So when anybody come to my platform, I like to give them their flowers before, you know, so they know that whatever they're doing is very, not just for themselves, but for the community is much appreciated, man. So
yes, sir.
I just want to let you know that everything that you do, I see you.
Thank you, man.
And everything that you do, man, I really, really appreciate it, man. You know, you are doing great things for the community, man. So let's start with this, man. What's your background? Where you from?
My descent is Nigerian. Okay. My parents are from Ondo State.
Okay. Where's that?
Well, you know, with the geography of it, I don't know exactly where it is in Nigeria, but that's the town that they're from.
Okay, so it's in Nigeria, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
yep,
cool.
Yep. That's their town. I'm from PG County though.
Okay.
You know
was born here?
Yep, born here.
Okay.
Raised in PG County. Lived in a couple of different cities, you know what I'm saying? 10 years in Beltsville. And then the rest of my life I've lived in Upper Marlboro. So
any siblings?
Yeah, absolutely. I got 3 brothers. So I'm the oldest of 4.
Okay. So how was it? Your mother and your father from Nigeria, right?
Mm-hmm.
Born and bred in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
So how was it like growing up in an African household?
You know what? Since I'm the first of 4, it was tough. The reason why it was tough is because, you know, when they first got here from Nigeria, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm the firstborn.
Okay.
So, you know, they were real scary about everything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about like when they say the street lights was on, I needed to be in the house. I needed to be in the house before the street lights was on. Real strict about that. All the cool stuff that kids got to do. You know what I'm saying? After 8 p.m., I wasn't involved in none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So always in the house. They was real strict, but as an adult, you know, I see, you know, why they did what they did. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, anything happening after the streetlights came on usually wasn't anything good. You know what I'm saying? After I'm looking back and seeing what happened to some of them folks that was outside after dark. So, but yeah, it was they were just real strict, man. But I knew it was just out of love though.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, we're from the same background, but just different countries. I'm African too. Mm-hmm. I was born in Ghana. So I was born in Ghana. So I came here when I was like 14,
Okay.
and the culture shock was crazy because back home, right? You know, you after 6th grade, you're not going to high school.
Yeah.
You're going to, we call it technical school, but it's actually college.
Right.
So by the time I turned like maybe 10 and 11, I was doing the things that maybe 12 graders and college students was learning.
Yeah.
So when I got here, it was a shock because they put me back to 9th grade, which was, they said that was my age group.
Yeah.
So my high school was a breeze.
Yeah.
But the only thing was, you got to go deal with the insults.
Yeah, for sure.
The booty scratchers.
Yeah, absolutely. I dealt with all that too, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was hard because I had it right now. My accent, you could tell my accent if you know me, but I had a heavy accent. So I love school, but that's one thing that made me like, you know what I'm saying? Not like school too much because every time I go to school, there's an African booty scratcher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. So
it's interesting that you say that because I went through all the same stuff. You know what I mean? And I had to talk with somebody recently about that, about how African booty scratcher this, African booty scratcher that, or you know what I'm saying, how dark your skin is and that. But then now it's like flip side. Afro beats is like super hot.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Everybody dancing to Afro beats now.
My man,
they know their names.
Yeah.
Burna Boy.
He's selling out arenas and stuff like that. Is now being African is celebrated.
It's cool.
You know what I mean?
It's cool, man.
So we dealt with the rough part of it in school.
Man, I came out of it. I'm successful, so
Absolutely.
I'm good. So let's talk about what you do. Let's talk about why you're here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love barbering.
Okay.
And I say I love barbering because I put my passion, I put my heart, I put my soul in there.
Yeah.
Like I eat, sleep, and whatever that you call it, barbering.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a passion for me. It's not something that I get up, go do. It's something that is me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the question I'm asking you is, what is personal training to you?
Man, personal training for me is just like my avenue to, give back, you know what I'm saying, to the community. My avenue to, shine my light, you know what I'm saying, help other people improve and stuff like that. Like I really enjoy it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fun. You know what I mean? I have a lot of fun with my clients and things of that nature. I think like the feeling valued, you know what I'm saying? Bringing value to people's lives, change people's lives is like, what keeps me in the game, you know what I'm saying? Like when someone comes and tells me that, working with you, allowed for me to get off of high blood pressure medicine.
Gotcha.
Or, you know what I'm saying? I was just talking to one of my clients the other day, you know what I'm saying? And my favorite compliment I love to get from my clients is like, my wife is looking at me different now, you know what I'm saying? She's noticing my gains and stuff like that. And, as small as that sounds, you know what I'm saying, it's still life-changing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially if you've been married for a long time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you hire and trade, you invest in yourself. He turned things around and he got your wife looking at you.
And that's a good feeling,
completely
man.
different now. And you like, bruh, thank you so much.
That's a good feeling because I'm gonna tell you something, right? When I first got with you as far as personal training, right? I recall that I asked you a couple of times. I said, man, Ray, I would ask you certain questions and he would tell me, but he was like, then I said, Ray, can you put a regimen down for me, man? He said, all right. So 2-3 days passed, I ain't getting no text. And then I asked you again, Ray, you forgot? I said, no, I ain't forget, Rich. I'm a little busy, but I got you. Yeah. So, and next time I asked, you said, Rich, you know what? Let me, this what I'm gonna do. Why don't you just come work out with me in my group? And then we can go from there. So I'm like, work out with you in your group. He said, man, it's on me. It's free. That's what made me so like you so much, because you gave me your services for free for me to actually experience how you deal with your workouts. And after 2 days, I was sold. Yeah. I was sold, man. So that charity that you gave me, Rap, made me extend my services to say, you know what, this man didn't have to just give me a free service or any type of consultation, and he did, and that made me want to spend money with him. Yeah. And with since then, me and you have become very, very, very good friends, man. So it's little things that I notice about you that you do for people that's not seen. That's why I always tell people, man, when you see somebody doing something great, man, you have to let them know.
Yeah,
You
for
have
sure.
to let them know how much how good they're doing and how much you appreciate the things that they're doing. That goes a long way, man. So, how long you been personal training?
Like 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
long
made
time.
you? Before then, what was you doing?
I was in retail. So I was a manager at Verizon Wireless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you quit Verizon Wireless to be a trainer?
Man, that's a good question. The reason why I quit is because, I would be going to work and honestly, man, I was like, it was so mundane, man. I wasn't locked in anymore, man. I had been with the company for 10 years and I climbed and, got to management and stuff like that. I was trying to climb higher to get to kind of like district manager and things of that nature. But I had lost the fire for it.
Okay.
But as I was losing the fire for that, personal training, the fire for personal training started to pick up.
There we go.
So, just imagine this me coming to work, every day or whatever. And I would always work out first and then come to work. And I picked up a couple of little clients on the side just because people were asking me to help them work out and stuff. So, I remember this one time, man, I helped this dude lose like 100 pounds. So everybody in the gym's like, bruh, you accepting any new clients. So, I was working with clients and also working at Verizon.
Okay.
So while I was there, money was calling. But I didn't have enough time because I still had a full-time job. So, it just got to a point where I just was like, man, you know what? I'll get tired of waking up and not feeling motivated to go to my full-time. You know what I'm saying? So it was scary as hell, but, I made that jump eventually. And when I made the jump, man, I never looked back, and it's just been smooth. Like I've been able to provide for me and my family. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed and lucky enough to have people like you vouch for me. You know what I'm saying? Which brings me more clients, man. You've sent me multiple great clients that I've been able to work with. You know what I'm saying?
That's my way of showing my appreciation, my brother.
And I appreciate that. Yeah.
One hand got to wash the other. So
absolutely.
Yeah, man. So. What time do your day start? How is your day structured?
Yeah, so my day start extremely early. Like I start at wake up at 3, get to the gym by 3:45. I realized that me getting my workout in first gives me like energy to be able to pour into everybody else because obviously when you work out, your endorphins are kicking.
Yeah. Oxytocin, dopamine.
And you revving. Sometimes my clients be like, like nigga,
slow down.
Yeah, nigga, like, what you want? Like, calm down. I'm like, nah, I done already had 20 ounces of coffee, dog. I done lift the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go, you know what I mean? So I'll be on top of folks, you know what I mean? And so I feel like, so I start my day and I give myself my best energy. And then I just, start pouring into my people or whatever, you know what I'm saying? My first clients roll up in there around about 5.
Okay.
And then like the way I do it is I normally train anywhere between 2 to 4 people an hour.
Okay.
And that's how usually most trainers, maximize so that we can make the most money.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, you know what I mean? Like trainers would be charging people like
$100, $200.
Yeah. $200 an hour.
Exorbitant amount of money just if you're doing one-on-one. Yeah.
Right. So anywhere from 2 to 4 people, you know what I'm saying? So, start at 5, start training folks at 5. I'm leaving around 7, you know what I mean?
5 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Okay.
5, yeah. Yep. Start at 5. So do a 3 hour, 3 hours straight, take a 2-hour break, come back and do 10 to 2. You know what I'm saying? By the time I'm leaving out at 2 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? I done seen anywhere between 12 to 15 people, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes 20,
wow.
in a day, which is great. But just because of the format of how I do it, where it's group training, you know what I'm saying? It's not like as if it's one-on-one. It, like I said, in a slot, it could be anywhere from 2 to 4, sometimes 5, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, man, because sometimes, I get up early too. Sometimes I come in and I'm like, Ray look lit.
Yeah.
I'm in here struggling, trying to put my shoes on.
Yeah, you already know
this
how
man like rich cuts.
Rich cuts.
Rich cuts. I say, hey.
You know what I'm saying?
I say, Ray, look, I ain't up yet. Leave me alone.
Yeah, everybody's like that, bro. Everybody's like that with me. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody's a morning person, but
yeah, I'm like, not.
That's my time
definitely
of the day,
not, man.
Bro. That's my time.
But that's the time. That's the best time I get my great workouts early in the morning because my schedule is so tight that I have to be up there in the morning,
Yeah.
because if I don't, then I might have to find a little bit of space between lunch, which is not
Yeah.
enough for me to maximize exactly what I'm doing.
That's why we do
So
it.
I get there early, get it out there. And the thing
Yeah.
is, after that morning, I be having so much energy until I
Absolutely.
get home.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
so until I get home. So, all right, let's talk more about working out and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we got. All right, this is what I kind of I be up and down on, or I be up and down on. Let's
for
put
sure.
it like that. Strength training and
Mhm.
hypertrophy, right?
Mhm.
Which is muscle growth, right?
Yeah.
Is there a difference? Okay, you add both together.
You could definitely do both, you know what I'm saying? But like anything else, you know what I'm saying, it's always good to do one thing. Like I'm a big fan of just doing one thing and getting great at one thing, you know what I mean? So you could definitely do both, you know. I feel like I do mix up the two, but I'm more hypertrophy though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you know, when it comes to strength training is normally like your rep count's lower.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like anywhere between 4 and 6,
So-
or even 3 and 6 reps, like when you're lifting. So that means whatever you're lifting, if it's between 3 and 6, it
You got to
needs
be super heavy.
heavy as hell.
And what's the break intervals between each set?
If it's that heavy, you know what I'm saying, we're looking at like anywhere between a minute or two.
Okay.
Probably a minute 45 minimum. You know what I mean?
I done seen some people sit there for 5 minutes.
You can, but like that ain't even mine. I couldn't even remotely do something like that. I don't even got the. First of all,
You don't
me
have
and
the
you don't
time.
have the time for that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we don't got the time for that. Like me and you know what I'm saying? Even my clients that I deal with, I deal with a lot of working professionals, you know what I'm saying? So one of the reasons why a lot of people like to train with me is because I can get you in and out and out.
Because I remember, man, hey Ray, I'm gonna tell you this, right? this funny, right? When I started working out with you, right, I thought I knew what I was doing. I'm not gonna lie to you. You put me through this leg workout, bro. And I don't mean to be vulgar, but every time I sit on the toilet, I can't get the hell up. I had to pray to Jesus to help me get up, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
So sometimes it's not the length of the time; it's about what you put in within that within that 45 minutes to an hour.
For sure.
You know, so I done seen people in there for 3 hours. I'm like, what are you doing?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and I'm real big. I'm real big on that. Like I'm real big on like being concise. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like also when you're in the gym, like I love like getting the biggest bang for my buck.
Yeah.
So you're not about to catch me on certain machines wasting my time. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna catch me with dumbbells, the barbell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like stuff that when I hit it, you know what I'm saying? Like I know I'm gonna grow.
Facts.
I know my heart rate's gonna be up. I'm gonna get the best growth out of this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't pitter patter around with like a lot of little machines and stuff like that. I want the big bucks.
So as far as professionals, right?
Yeah.
What does strength training is for who? Athletes or?
So strength training can be for anybody, to be honest with you, because I've seen people strength training from the ages from teenagers up to senior citizens. So it just depends on what you're looking for.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like let's say if you're an athlete, strength training probably be the way to go.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you're about to be a linebacker for your high school or for your college, you want to strength train. You want to be, bench pressing under a bar, trying to move 315 eventually, or you know what I'm saying, just trying to get really, really strong.
So what's the set range or the rep range for muscle growth?
For muscle growth, I would say anywhere between like 8 and 15.
8 and 15.
8 and 15, yeah.
I done heard from 5 to 30, 5 to 25 on the low weight, high rep.
5 is low, you know what I'm saying? Like 5 is low. High reps are cool, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind high reps. Like my style, I normally like to stay between 8 and 12.
Yeah.
You know, I can get really strong between 8 and 12. And then sometimes I do this is where so just to give you real quick, this is where I mix in strength training.
I got you.
When it's time for me to get strong with a weight that's really, really heavy.
Got you.
And I want to move it in a rep range that's for muscle growth.
Okay.
I will start off with strength training reps.
Got you.
I will pick up some, if I'm new to 150-pound dumbbells,
okay,
you'll see me move 150-pound dumbbells for 2, 3, 4. And I do a set, and I consider that a set.
Okay.
But I do it week over week. And the next thing you know, that 3 are turning to 4. And then that 4 are turning to 5. And then the next thing you know, I'm repping 150 in the hypertrophy range of 8.
I got you.
That's how I got you. Yeah.
So it's a science to it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's definitely a science to it. That's the way I do it. But
Okay.
I know everybody else has their way
has
they skin a cat or whatever.
different.
But that's the way I get
So
it.
power lifters do more strength training, right?
Strength training, yeah, 4 to 6.
4 to 6.
And then they got specific lifts too. Their lifts are different for a power lifter.
Okay.
I don't know if you know the blonde woman that works out at her gym. Her name is Marissa.
I think I know who you.
Yeah, she's an awesome person. Like she they have lifts. So it's the deadlift, the back barbell squat, the bench press, and I think it's those 3. I may be missing one. If I'm missing one, please forgive me.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
That's powerlifting.
I got you.
They just do those.
I got you. Well, okay, let's talk about losing fat and gaining muscle, right?
Losing fat, gaining muscle, okay.
Losing fat and gaining muscle, because I tried it, right?
Yeah.
I was a little bit I'm not going to say overweight, but I was at a certain weight I wanted to mix losing fat and gaining muscle. But what happened was I gained muscle on top of the fat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So can you actually lose fat and gain muscle at the same time, or you have to actually shed the fat and then...
It's one at a time.
One at a time. So it's not like doing strength training and hypertrophy. You have to actually do the losing fat and gaining weight. Losing fat and gaining muscle one at a time.
One at a time. So this is because, and the standard way that they do it is a bulk, right? Okay. You've heard people say I'm a bulk, right?
Gotcha.
There's 2 ways to do it. You can either do it with food that's unhealthy, Chipotle, and you can get your calories up, which a bulk is just really just getting your calories up, taking them above what you normally eat right now. Okay. So if you're eating 2,000 calories right now, if you go into a bulk, you could take it up anywhere from 5 to
so that's what they call the surplus, right?
The surplus,
the calorie surplus.
Taking your calories up to bulk. And then as you bulk, you lifting heavy and you're gaining muscle because you're lifting heavy and you have your calories up.
Gotcha.
The only way to get bigger is to eat more food, right? Gotcha. So you can't get big. If that's the case, you can't get bigger and cut if you're in the surplus.
Gotcha.
You can't cut. You eat more food, you're not cutting. You eat more food, you're going up.
You're going up.
So the way to do it that I have my clients do it, if they're like, hey, they come to me and they're like, I want to put on muscle. We do got to go into a bulk. We go into a bulk, and then when we go into a bulk, we try to aim for a particular weight that we want to get at. Let's say if it's 215. And when we get up to 215, we want the majority of the weight that we added on to be muscle.
Gotcha.
And then, like you just said, when I bulked, I gained some fat. When you go into a bulk, you're going to gain some fat. But the objective is to make sure that out of, let's say if you gain 15 pounds, out of the 15 pounds you gained or whatever the case may be, we're trying to get on the range of like 10 of it being muscle and 5 of it being fat. You know what I mean? But sometimes it's 50-50, whatever the ratio is. So once you get to the 215 mark or whatever, that's when you cut, right? As you're cutting, you still lift heavy as hell, right? You're doing more cardio, you cut your calories back down, and your hopes is that as you're cutting down, you're gonna keep the majority of that 10 pounds of muscle that you gain. That's my science in my head of how it is, and that's really how it is. But with that being said, that's the reason why you can't do both. You see, when you hear the explanation of it, how the hell are you supposed to do both when you're like, I'm eating 1,000 more calories?
Yeah, that's the crazy part, because that's why I said people need trainers. Yeah. Because when I was doing it, I was just on YouTube trying to research how to lose muscle, gain muscle and lose fat. And then, some YouTubers will be like, yes, you can do it. And you follow them and you try to do the same regimen as they're doing. And next thing I know, I had a 6-pack on the stomach.
Yeah.
So I had a 6-pack in the stomach, man. So the way you explain it to me now makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like range of motion, contraction, and even range of motion and contraction, right? Because I got this term that I coined for you, right? I call it every time. What do I be saying, right?
Squeeze. Squeeze. Yeah.
Every time I come, I be like, Ray, squeeze. Yeah. Because I learned that because when you started training me, it was certain times where I will get on a certain range and I'm coming down. Let's just say I'm doing the lat pull down, right? Yeah. As I go up to a high range of motion, I'm coming down. you would tell me, Rich, when you coming down, squeeze and contract your muscles.
Yeah.
Man, that was the most painful thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray, I hate you for that,
yeah,
bro.
I remember. You never forgot that, dog. You never forgot that.
So every time I see somebody do, I say, Ray, tell them.
Squeeze. Yeah, because when we lifting weights, and even when I first started lifting weights, man, it was like, you would see people working out. So like you do, you watch videos to learn and see what people are doing. And like, you're like, all right, bet I'm just go through the motion. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? But you don't understand that, like, to develop a muscle, you have to contract the muscle.
So what's the proper form in your eyes? Can you explain the proper form as far as the range of motion, as far as contraction, as far as even eccentric and eccentric?
So essentially you want to lengthen the muscle. Lengthen would be to extend, and then to contract, it would be a full range of motion. And instead of just coming up and just and then back down, you know what I'm saying? You want to kind of like hold it for a second.
Okay.
Actually squeeze it like you flexing.
Gotcha.
Let it back down. Flex, let it back down. You know what I mean? So that's the squeeze that I'm talking about. So you want to contract the muscle. So if you're not able to contract the muscle with the exercise that you're doing, you probably want to, obviously drop the weight and get it down to something moderate that you can actually squeeze and contract your muscle on like every rep.
That's what breaks down the fibers and lactic acid to build the muscle, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I learned, and I learned that from you. That's why I tell people, man, if I'm not saying that have a trainer for the rest of your life. If you want to learn the fundamentals, get you a trainer. Start, start off and learn exactly what they're doing. And if once you figure out your niche, or once you figure out what you're doing, then you can say, you know what, I can do this on my own.
I agree with that. Just because I do know that, sometimes, it is an additional expense, but obviously you should invest in yourself. But like you said, getting a trainer for about like 90 days is a great idea, just because of the fact that we know our way around the gym like nothing, you know what I'm saying? And we also know how to even use machines in different ways that aren't even on the manual, you know what I mean? So like Rich said, you know what I mean? Just getting somebody to kind of show you your way around the gym for about like 90 days, definitely get you right.
At least 90 days.
Yeah.
At least 90 days. If you're not even if you don't have an agenda as far as you wanted to lose weight or you want to put on muscle, just get a trainer to show you exactly how to lift the weights. So I tell people all the time, if you really want to get everything on an optimal level as far as working out, invest in yourself, invest in the trainer, man.
I feel like getting up and you want to hit the snooze button. I feel like if somebody's waiting on you, you know what I'm saying, you're more inclined to come to the gym, you know what I mean? If you paid for 12 slots, you know what I'm saying, and you're thinking about sleeping in, that's a slot that you blew
that's
your money
wasted.
On. Yeah, exactly. So you definitely want the accountability part, the knowledge part. Man, I talk about this part all the time, but I be feeling like I'm a therapist too. For real, you know what I'm saying? Which I feel like as a barber,
oh my God.
Listen, I know you're a therapist because I talked to
Ray, I know so many secrets, man. hey, look, a person better not piss me off. I'm telling you, I know so many secrets that I'm like, you know what? All right, cool.
Yeah.
But
but you like, it's crazy because you could, you probably, not probably, I know for a fact that you and the guys in this shop change lives too. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Y'all be there for people in the most clutch moments, and the service that you give guys raises confidence. Like you can cut somebody's hair and be the reason why they get that date with the person that they end up marrying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or they get that confidence from rich cuts
and
land that job from that interview.
And the same thing with y'all, because every time I work out and I'm brolic, man, the mirror's my friend.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, you know what I'm saying? I got my pecs out.
Yeah,
I'm walking a little different.
Yep. I understand, man. I understand.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all do a lot. Like I'm saying, we all serve the public, and our ability to really get into the psyche of people for them to not just transform, but to evolve is one of the greatest things that God gave us.
For sure.
You understand what I'm saying? So every time that I get a chance to sometimes it's not really about a haircut to me. It's about me trying to give somebody information that can better their lives. And then when you leave out of here looking fresh, man, your confidence is a little bit better than it was when you came in here. People done came to me where they had issues with their women, issues with their job, issues with just they're stuck in life where they don't have nowhere to go. After that 45-minute service, man, and just a conversation I had between them, man, when they leave, they be like, man, I bought a $45 haircut might turn into $200 just for the conversation alone.
For sure.
And they leave out of here so serene, so peaceful, said, Rich, man, I appreciate it. So that's the same thing I get from you because, you know, we have our talks and sometimes, you know, certain things you tell, certain things I tell you that makes a person's life easier. So when you're working for the public, it's just a selfless act that you have to provide to them because it's not about you. For sure. Because everybody, like, telling a person or asking a person how you doing goes a long way. Oh, for sure. A person sitting in your chair, you don't ask them how you doing. Come on, man. A person come to you to work out and you don't ask them how you doing today. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what mentality, what psyche they had before they left the house. So, you know, a person will, man, I appreciate you for just at least inquiring about my well-being. You know? For sure. Let's talk about mind-muscle connection, right? Yeah. And when I say that, I mean, like, sometimes you have to actually picture the muscle growing while you're working out. How important is that?
It's really important because, man, like, honestly, it's a lot of movements that you can do in the gym that you think you may be working back, but you're working bicep because you're not thinking about, you know, what it takes to kind of train the back. Yeah. You know, I would say the hardest muscles to work are the ones you can't see. So you can't see your back. So like a lot of people who aren't experienced will start training back and start pulling and stuff, going through the motion, but they're not doing what they're supposed to do. So to get people to, you know, understand my muscle connection, what I do is I got cues. Like you already know one of them, I said squeeze, right? So that's one of them. But like, let's say if somebody was doing a row or something like that, I tell them, I say, hey, listen, when you row and you pull on this bar, I need you to bring your shoulder blades together. And at the end of the movement, bring your shoulder blades together. When a person thinks about that, they immediately do what I need them to do. And then their muscles will activate for me without them even knowing, you know what I'm saying? But like, after they get up off the bench or off the seat or whatever, they'll be like, dang, I do, like my back does feel a little tight and stuff like that, just because I gave them a cue. So I think that's one thing you got to look for in trainers. If trainers are paying attention to their clients and giving their clients the cues that they need to work the particular muscle they need to have.
And that's one thing I respect about you, man, your attention to detail. I done took pictures of you without you even noticing. I done sent it to you and you be just standing right next to the guy. You so focused, so focused on the person and what they're doing. A lot of trainers don't have that. You know, they just, and one thing I've seen, not to digress, but I done seen a lot of these new trainers. I'm like, where are they coming from? And they just on their phones while these trainers are, these clients are working out, and there's no form, there's no technique, there's nothing, man.
It actually bums me out, man. Like I'll be like really bothered, yo, when I don't give my clients a good workout. So that's why I be really on them, you know what I'm saying? Because like I really I'm into working out. You know, I take my stuff serious when I work out. So when my clients come and I feel like I didn't give them a good workout, I'll be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And I always think to myself, like, how can I make the next workout better? And I got to a point where I just stopped beating myself up, and I was just like, next time I see you, you know, this is what I was trying to say. I'm like, I'm gonna fry your ass. I'm gonna fry your ass. I promise you, this next workout gonna be fire. So I you know, that's how I be thinking to myself. But yeah, no, I really do like my people to get a good workout. And they know it too. Like any of my people who work out with me, they know like I'm only proud, or I only feel good when I know everybody walking out of there and they like sweating and they feel good about what they came in here to get. So
that's what's up, man. Let's dive into nutrition a little bit. You know, I could say I'm 80%, 85% healthy. You know, I eat mostly healthy. Yeah. You know, and you know, they got this phrase that you cannot train a bad diet. Right. But you know, sometimes you got some people with great physique. That can always get away with it. But at the end of the day, what you see on the outside doesn't necessarily mean it's good in the inside. So how important a role does nutrition plays in working out?
Man, it's like 80-20, you know what I'm saying? That's the percentage. It's 80% nutrition, 20% the gym. Like, honestly, if a person actually just ate well, you know what I'm saying, they could lose the weight they need to and just get in the best shape of their life. You know what I'm saying? Just by walking. You could literally walk 2 to 3 miles a day, eat healthy, focus on protein, and look amazing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, there are definitely things you need to do to kind of have muscle and stuff like that. But if you want to just strictly in it for weight loss and to get healthier, you know what I'm saying? Like healthier skin, all that, you know, just focus on. So I would just say 80-20. Yeah.
Y'all hear that? 80%. 80% eating, 20% training.
For sure.
You cannot out-train a bad diet. You can never out-train a bad diet. So let's talk about stretching.
Yeah.
Do you need to stretch before or after working out? Or do you need to do both? And why?
So man, I had to learn the hard way, man. You got to stretch before and after you work out.
Okay.
And it ain't even like you know, it's funny because everybody thinks that they're stretching until you really stretch. You know what I'm saying? Like when you stretch, it should warm your body up. You should be warmed up. I think as of recent, I just started like really stretching, like, you know, getting into a runner's lunge, you know what I'm saying, cat-cow, you know, some of these stretches and going through like a 15-minute routine. When I really stretch and I take 15 minutes to do it, like I feel warm. Like I'm perspiring just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But previously, Rich, like I used to come in there, you know, the standard stretch, touch your toes and shit. Over here, over there, the little lean to the side joint, you know what I'm saying, Rich? You know, I bet.
Yeah,
you know
let's go. I'm ready.
We ready. You know what I'm saying? You are not ready for anything, dog. Like when I tell you, bro, like people get hurt because you don't stretch, bro. And it's the craziest thing because people don't understand that the reason why your knee hurt every time you do leg day is because you got tight hips. Or because your lower back is tight. You're not stretching your lower back. So you like, oh, you know what I'm saying? My knee, nah, nigga, when I do legs, nigga, nah, my knees be hurting, fuck, you know, da-da-da-da. I'm like, nigga, you know, there's nothing wrong with your knees. Don't go see a doctor. Stretch. You know what I'm saying? Just really open your knees up, let them get some blood, and everything's connected. Everything's connected. So the crazy part about it, when you squat, if your back is tight or your hips is tight, when you squat, something always has to compensate. So what a compensate is like your knee, you know what I'm saying? Like, or another joint just because something else is tight. Everything's connected. So that's the reason why stretching is huge, man. I'm just learning it as of recent too, bro.
So is cardio considered stretching like pre-cardio?
Not really. It'll warm you up to get your joints and blood flowing and stuff like that. But if you still got if you got tight hips, you got tight hips.
You got tight hips. You got it. So what about yoga?
Oh, yoga is stretching.
Okay.
Yeah, yoga is stretching. Yoga's great. Pilates, all of that. Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. This episode is brought to you by Rich Cost Barbering Services. If you need any type of haircut, women, men, children, go on my website, www.richcostthebarber.com to book your appointments. You can also follow me at Rich Cost the Barber on all platforms. I do kids, I do women, and I do men. I get you right for a wedding. I get you right for any type of ceremonies, prom, anything. But, you know, I'm your man. So go on my website one more time, www.richcostthebarber.com to make your appointments. Back to the episode. Let's talk about the sauna, right?
Yes.
Sometimes people say the sauna. I got this thing that I do sometimes. I do the hot and cold for inflammation, right? So what I do is I go in the sauna and just take a cold bath back and forth. Is that really a good thing to do?
To go from cold to hot?
Cold to hot as far as for recovery.
I don't know about that. I think they both serve their purposes separately. You know what I'm saying? I know when something, inflammation, that's why cold is good for inflammation, because inflammation is kind of like it's kind of almost like being sore, you know what I'm saying? Or something being swollen. usually when something's swollen, you put ice on it.
Yeah.
And it brings down.
But they're saying that when you do the hot and cold, it shocks the body enough for the body to really heal itself.
Yeah. But also too, they also say you either just do one
or the other.
Yeah,
right?
That's why they have the cryotherapy.
Because I love the sauna. And me being from Africa, I hate the cold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I read certain articles that say the cold and hot combination, 30 minutes in the sauna.
I have heard that.
You heard that?
I have heard that. I know people who do that too. Like a cold plunge and then they get in the sauna.
They get in the sauna, back and forth for like maybe 5-10 minutes and then they're out of there. You know what I'm saying? Do people need supplements? Is supplements really a requirement?
Man, you talking to a person that don't really mess with supplements like that at all. And the reason why I say that is because supplements, like that market is for money, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's a money grab, you know what I mean? So if you ever roll up on a trainer and the trainer's like, yo, I need you to go to the vitamin shop and grab these 6 things. Hell nah, you know what I'm saying? He should be like, when you get a trainer, the trainer should be like, you should go to the grocery store. The trainer ain't telling you to go to the grocery store. He's telling you to go to the vitamin shop first. Yeah. Bro, you gotta eat this. You probably want to get a different
from the earth.
Get a different trainer, dog. Like, I mean, the only supplements that I really believe in is whey and creatine.
Okay.
I don't even really use creatine like that. It's naturally in food, but you know what I'm saying? Getting a nice little dose of it, 5 milligrams of it will definitely help you build muscle. And the same thing with whey. I've been using whey for years, bro. I put it in my oatmeal every morning. And I eat it with my blueberries and stuff. I'm like real simple and basic, but I believe in whey, man. I've been building muscle for years with whey, so.
Yeah, people really shun creatine but what they don't understand is creatine, you actually have creatine in your body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Steak, there's creatine in steak, there's creatine in chicken.
Right, correct.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to, people think creatine is an anabolic steroid. Some form of performance enhancing drug. But no, creatine is a natural thing that helps you build more muscle. All they do is just adds the water weight to create that bulky look. But tell people all the time, creatine is not a bad thing.
Nah, it's not. It's you get the monohydrate, man, and you're good to go.
So if somebody came to you and told you that they wanted to actually get some supplements, right? Even though you don't really take too much, what would you advise them to get?
I'll be like, yeah, creatine, whey. Then I send them to the grocery store. And I'll be like, eat the majority of your protein, focus on protein. The minute I took my protein up, man, I started looking
jack.
Jack, like real jack. Like, and actually not even just, guess gaming, but like really actually weighing it on a scale, putting it in my fitness pal and making sure I was hitting 200 or more grams a day. Things just completely changed. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. How about recovery, right? It's how effective is sleep when it comes to recovery? Because I know sometimes one supplement that I take before I go to sleep is magnesium. And it helps me sleep. It helps me recover. I get in a deep sleep. How important is recovery when it comes to working out?
So, you just mentioned that's probably the best recovery you can get is sleep,
How many hours do you actually need? Because sometimes I'll go to sleep for 6 hours and I wake up still tired. I don't really think I get the REM sleep. So what's the requirement as far as sleep? How many hours do you actually need to really get a full recovery?
They say 8, you know what I'm saying? 6 to 8 hours of sleep. It's funny. I believe in it and I think like everything is like this, but it's not about the amount of time that you sleep. It's the quality of the sleep.
There you go.
Because you just mentioned you got 6. And I'm thinking in my head, if I got 6, most people would love to get 6. You know what I'm saying? But even if you got 6.
You didn't sleep that 6.
If you don't sleep the whole 6, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing I noticed is a lot of people struggle with different type of mental situations, whether it be anxiety or depression and stuff like that. So when they're dealing with those type of things, sleep don't come easy to people, you know what I mean? And it'd be the smallest things. And, I'm so glad that like people are really big on mental health nowadays because people in the past didn't understand what anxiety was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anxiety can be as simple as you just thinking about how busy your next day is going to be. And stuff like that interferes with your sleep. When like, dang, young, I got a double book at 5. Damn, this time, you know what I'm saying? I got the double book, but I got to still get my kids from aftercare. you don't get that 6 hours of sleep ain't gonna be quality because you're not even sleeping. You're trying to figure out how to maneuver the next day. So that just to answer your question, I would just say that, you know what I'm saying, it is about the quality of the sleep though.
So 4 hours good quality you still get.
Shit, yeah. If you get that, yo, bro, sometimes I'll be on a recliner, Rich, I'll be on a recliner on break, nigga. It'd be 2 hours, bro. I'll be like, done, bro. Like, I get up and I'm He-Man, dog. And it'll just be 2 hours of sleep.
That's getting old though, bro. Sometimes I eat, man, and in the same place that I ate, I fall asleep. but they be the best. Yo, they be the best sleep, man.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm like, it's the quality, bro. It happens to be like 8-10 hours. Like, bro, you get a solid 4 to 5, bro, on your favorite couch right after a meal, bro. You wake up and be like, it be right.
Yeah, I was watching. I was on Instagram, right? Speaking of, because sometimes my reason for going to the gym besides being healthy and working out is to release, right?
Oh, for sure.
Meditate and all of that. So I was on C-Want's on Instagram. And he had posted this girl talking about a lot of men go to the gym because of, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
A lot of men go to the gym because they lacking something down there, or
they're trying to compensate for something
they're missing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so it kind of took me off, like. And I looked at the girl, she had on fake hair, fake makeup, fake lashes, you know, and I'm like, what are you trying to compensate for? What are you hiding? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people go to the gym because they want to feel secure. A lot of people go to the gym because they got issues that they want to release. So the gym is a place that a lot of us, we don't just go to the gym just to be all macho and release. You know what I'm saying? The gym is full of women. The gym is full of men. You know what I'm saying? So speak on that a little bit, man.
Yeah, man. You know, she completely missed the part about the fact that the gym is a place for self-improvement. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, damn, you just completely missed that part. So, you know what I mean? I feel like, you know, her speaking on that is just her speaking from her experience. She may have ran across some lame ducks. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's like that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people really do go for like self-improvement, like you said, release. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
It's therapy to me.
I was just about to say, like, that's the constant.
It's like me going to church.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's church to me, my brother.
For
you know
sure.
What I'm saying? So sometimes people just get a misconception about why we go to, like, maybe like you said, they've been misinformed, or they've been around people that give them that impression that that's all that's done in the gym. But I get your point. So this is what I meant. You used to compete, right?
Yeah.
Did you win any competitions?
Yeah, for sure. Like when it comes to bodybuilding, you know, I went pro in 2007. You know, and after that, you know, I mean, I had a pretty good run, you know what I'm saying? I actually went to the Super Bowl of bodybuilding, which is the Olympia.
Okay.
So I think I placed like 20, like maybe somewhere between 20, 25. So, you know what I'm saying? That was like a really, really good experience for me. You know, I've won a pro bodybuilding show. That's what allowed for me to go to Olympia. You know, multiple top 5 finishes, you know what I mean? You know, I had a pretty good run, you know what I'm saying?
So you retired, or you still got a little bit of...
Man, in my head, man, I'm Tom Brady, I'm LeBron, bro. Like, I'm not retired, dog. Like, I'm still going, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little older with it, but I still love it, man. I do like one show a year. I did one last year. I'm gonna do one again this year. I just love doing it. It's fun for me.
So what's the process of, what process do you go through before you compete?
The process you go through, usually depending on like what your body look like, it takes anywhere between a year, anywhere to a year, or, you know, it could even be 6 months based on how good a shape are you in.
I got you.
Yeah.
So you gotta, I mean, do they have like categories, weight categories?
Yep, they sure do. You know what I mean? All depending on what division you're in. I'm in men's physique.
Okay.
So they just added like weight caps for us, but normally we didn't have weight caps. So essentially you could just go in there, and the more, you know, they just based it off of like how aesthetic you look, how ripped you can get, you know, how big and cut you can get. And that's what they base it off. Now they're going to have categories of like, you know what I'm saying, you got to weigh this much for you to be able to get on stage and things of that nature. So
that's good, because I thought about it, but I see the process that people go through as far as like that they not just the diet, but the shredding and
it's grueling.
Some people tell me that before they go on stage they cramp up and
yeah, for sure. You got to dehydrate. You got to dehydrate. So you got to get all the water from under your skin so you can get that tight look that we get on stage. Yeah. Yep. It's not easy, man. It's definitely a challenge, man. And you know, the calorie cut before you get on stage is crazy, bro. Like no one eats like that normally. You know what I'm saying? Where a person like myself, man, I weigh 213 right now. On stage, I'm like 185.
How do you cut though?
Huh?
How do you cut?
Cardio, man. Days of cardio, like, you know, like multiple days of cardio. Like I said, low calorie. Like I'm like eating 2,000 calories a day. So I go from what I'm eating now, which is like 3,000, 3,500 to 2,000, 1,000 calorie cut. And you know what I'm saying? Everything is clean. Like I'm talking about like chicken breast, asparagus, sweet potatoes. I got to drink a gallon of water a day. You know what I'm saying? Like your shit's clean, bro. Like everything is going through you, dog. Using the bathroom every 5 minutes. Yeah, it's crazy.
Y'all can have that, man.
Yeah,
y'all can have that. So you a busy man, right? And I'm an extremely busy man, right? And sometimes the issue that I have, I was telling one of my friends that the issue that I have is trying to balance time.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, when you busy, man, it's kind of super, super hard to really balance time between your social activities, your family, your children. How do Ray find a way to balance time between your children and your social activities and all of that?
Man, that's a good question. And the way I did it was the pandemic helped me a lot. So before the pandemic, I was my schedule was crazy. Like I was doing the same thing, waking up first class at 5. And then
was it virtual or was it you still going?
When the pandemic, I was definitely doing virtual. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And then I had a couple of clients I trusted, and we kind of kept things clean. I used to go to their homes and stuff like that. But after the pandemic, before the pandemic, I was working from 5 to 8 p.m. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And then it would just seem like I was in a cycle. So the pandemic is what allowed me to see that I can fit, 15 to 20 people in a time span from 5 to 2.
Got you.
So with that being said, I get to get off at 2 and have that work-life balance where I can get to my kids, pick them up from school, take them to karate practice, get them home, shower them, do homework and things of that nature. Okay. So yeah, so that's how I balance it, is that, you know what I'm saying, since I'm an entrepreneur like you, I make sure that my schedule, allows for me to have good work-life balance, you know what I'm saying? Like tomorrow, like I'm really excited about tomorrow because my son has an honor roll breakfast at 7:45. And being an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? I work real hard, I bust my ass, but I could tell them or my clients, like, hey, listen, my son has an honor roll thing. I need to move your side over here, and I get to be there for my kids. So that's a good look.
I got you. That's great, man. Because sometimes, like I say, I struggle, but I'm learning to find that balance. It's not easy, but I'm learning to find that balance. If there was one thing, right, that you have put to the side, because we all human beings. We all, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we procrastinate because it's in our nature, right? If there's one thing that you can change that you have put to the side that you will want to put in front of your schedule, as far as anything, what would it be?
Ooh, damn. Man, honestly, hanging out more with my family, because I have a family. You have a family, right? Like your immediate, your kids,
mother, my father.
No. Like,
okay.
For me, what I'm thinking is my kids.
Okay.
Like my squad. I call them my squad. My son and my daughter. Like I'm always with them. I focus on them. You know what I'm saying? But like, hanging out more with my brother, my mom, my dad, because they busy too. They move and they do their own thing or whatever the case may be. But if I could put something more in the front and do more of it, I probably would hang out with my mom and my brothers more.
Okay. I got you. That's the same. I'm the same way, because my thing is sometimes I the balance is not even. I want to even the scale a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And trying to put more effort into time with, because I'm not a social person. That's one thing I want to really conquer.
Okay.
That's my thing. I want to really be more social.
Yeah.
Going out, spending time doing certain things that I like to do. So I like stuff like poetry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like spoken word. And I haven't been to a spoken word in so long.
Yeah.
So if you had to ask me that question, that's what I want to do. I want to be more outgoing. And be more social. You know? So
make time to be more social. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, because you know, being a barber, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to be in here. You know what I'm saying? And you're in here at like the prime times for y'all, or the times where you would want to, you know what I'm saying, get out and do the things you're talking about.
I'm very, very busy, man. I'm very, very busy. So it's kind of, like I said, the way I dedicate myself to my craft, sometimes I feel like I rob myself of other things because all I'm doing is cutting hair.
Yeah.
Then when I'm done, I'm going home. Then I got to rinse and repeat, you know? So sometimes I'm like, Rich, why are you not doing other things, you know? So
I think, you know, since you work so hard, it gives you the ability to be able to say.
I think it's an African thing, bro.
It definitely is an African thing.
I'm not going to lie to you.
It definitely, that hustle definitely comes from it. But you know what, though? I would say that that's a good and a bad thing, because my dad's the same way.
Man,
work so hard that, you know what I'm saying, you haven't been to the beach in years. And I feel like, you know, you can't be optimal that way. You need your time to go to the beach. You need your time to get to your poetry or whatever. So sometimes you got to make that hard cut. And I've done that with my career as well, where I just be like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna make this hard cut. Y'all not about to see me for a week, and I'm going to the Bahamas. You just got to do it like that. But you know what's crazy? When you do stuff like that, all your clients will respect it, bro.
Yeah.
All you do, Rich, is pour into people. You know what I'm saying? All you do is get people fresh or whatever the case may be. So they believe in you. They know your product or whatever the case may be. You step away for a week. When you come back, it's going to be a line out the door. Like, man, yo, you've been gone for a week.
I done stepped away for a day and my phone won't stop ringing.
Exactly.
Where you at, Rich? Where you at? I had to put my phone on silent for them to leave me the hell alone. There been times, you know, I take my days off, it's Mondays. My phone still rings.
Yeah.
You working today? I'm like, I've been doing the same schedule for 12, 13 years, bro.
Yeah.
I don't work on Mondays.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I forgot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my mom, right? I watch my mom. Like, my mom is one of the hardest workers. You know what I'm saying? She is my true inspiration. Everything that personifies this woman is me. You know? So I'm a spiritual person. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I'm not even gonna say what I subscribe to or not, but you have to believe in a higher power, right? So when everything is said and done, and you in an empty space, you have to reach for a higher power for them to help you, right? What do you subscribe to? What kind of higher power do you subscribe to?
Jesus Christ.
There you go.
Yeah. That's my guy.
Yeah.
That's my guy, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not because everybody has their level of like how they, you know, worship and how they praise and stuff like that. Like, and I love the fact, I just love not judging nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you get down is how you get down. I'm not going to say you worship him better than I do, or I worship him better than you do. But I got my way I go about it. I got a Bible app. I read a scripture every day. You know what I'm saying? I read a devotional. I read the prayer. I say a prayer. You know what I'm saying? And I keep it moving. Sometimes if I got time on a Sunday, I will stream Elevation Church. I like Joel Osteen. And that's the way I worship the Lord. That's how I do it.
That's great, man, because you have to have something to hold on to that's higher than you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, that's higher than you. You know, with high level people, which I consider you as, man, it come with a lot of attraction, right? Whether good or bad, right? So as far as you have a lady in your life, I mean, you know, because you a high level guy, so you know you might be throwing them all. You might be
for sure. Now I understand. Yeah. I'm dating someone. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
Yep. Yeah, man. She's a good girl.
She's a good girl,
for sure.
Yeah, man. I had a great conversation with you, my brother, man, and hopefully we have a part 2, man, because there's a lot more questions that I want to ask you, man, but. This has really been a blessing as far as sitting down and conversing with you, man.
It's been great, yeah.
You want to tell the people, man, how they can find you.
Yeah, for sure. On Instagram, Ray all day 24/7. I have BB Pro. You can actually email me too at akinliftfitness at gmail.com. And yeah.
You know me, you can find me at either richcuts at gmail, I said richcuts@barber.com, or you can go to my podcast and find me at rich_podcast. That's it, bro.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
Appreciate you for coming,
Absolutely.
taking time out your day, man.
It was fun.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Well, miss, I guess I'll be on my way